everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to show you how to make this Sugar Silver Dollar Eucalyptus that I made to go onto this wedding cake. So we make the leaves individually, as you can see here. So my sugar leaves are attached to a 26 gauge florist wire, and I've made the leaves out of flower paste which I've coloured with eucalyptus food colouring paste. So I haven't used any special cutters to make my leaves, I've just used a heart cutter, and you will also need a grooved board so you can make a little groove for your wire, a rolling pin and some corn flour. Okay, so I've got my small ball of eucalyptus coloured paste. I'm just going to flatten it a little bit over the groove there, and I'm just going to roll it out. I'm not going to roll it out as thin as I normally would, because as I'm going to use a heart cutter, I want to kind of manipulate it a little bit to make it a little different shape. So it's about 2 millimeters thick, and there you can see when you turn it over, you can see the groove that I've created for the wire. Okay, so now I put it on a board, and I'm just going to cut out my heart shape. You want to make sure it's not sticking, so don't be afraid to use some corn flour if it is. Now I've got my leaf on a foam pad, and I'm just using my ball tool to further shapen it. If you put the ball tool half on the pad and half on the edge of the leaf, that will shapen the edges. But I'm also going to thin the middle bit as well, just kind of pulling in an outwards direction, just so we kind of lose the perfect heart shape. As you can see, I'm also missing out the groove we've got in the middle, because we need that to put the wire through. So once I'm happy, I'm just going to dip my wire into a little bit of glue just to make it tacky. You don't want too much. And I'm just going to pick up my leaf, and I'm just going to kind of twist the wire into the leaf and use my hand holding the leaf just to guide it through. And you want to kind of go about 3/4 of the way up the leaf. So now I'm just going to pop a little bit of corn flour on top of that leaf so it's just not sticky, and then I'm just going to use my leaf veiner just to press over the whole of the leaf. And you can go over the middle here, because that'll just flatten the back of your leaf so the groove is no longer there. And I'm just going to pinch the bottom just to secure it into the wire. And then I just like to leave mine on a bed of mini marshmallows to dry, and the mini marshmallows will give it a little bit of movement so it looks more like a real leaf. So some eucalyptus leaves are a slightly different shape, and I'm just going to show you how I did that. You can see here that I've already got my heart-shaped eucalyptus leaf, which I have also used my ball tool to thin. And I'm just going to use my heart shape the other way round, just to cut the edges off at the top there, as you can see. And I'm just going to use my ball tool just to soften those edges that I've just made, and you can also use your fingers if they're a little bit pointy. You can shape with your fingers as well until you're happy. And then I've already got my wire, which I've dipped in some glue, and I'm just going to twist that in and guide it with my fingers. And there we go. So now I'm just going to use my veining tool again. And then it's slightly stuck to the pad. I could have used some corn flour to stop that. I'm just going to lift it up, and there is my other leaf. So once all my leaves are made, I leave them overnight to air dry. So once my leaves are dry, I'm going to colour them with some edible dust, and I've got eucalyptus, a grey and a green. I'll put a list of everything that I've used in this tutorial in the description so you know which ones they are. And here you can see I'm using my large dusting brush just to mix the grey and the eucalyptus together. And I'm just going to gently go over the whole of the leaf just to give it a little bit of a deeper colour. And then once I've done that, I'm just going to take a bit of the green and again mix it in with the other colour just so it's soften it a little bit. And then I'm just going to gently go around the edges of my leaf. I'm going to take as much off as I can onto the kitchen roll, because you can always add but you can't take away. I'm just going around the edges just to make it look a little bit more realistic. So now all my leaves are coloured, I'm just going to use a glaze spray, and this will set the colour that I've put on so it doesn't come off, and just give a little bit of a sheen to the leaf to make it look a little bit more realistic. So I just spray it and then leave it to dry. So now my leaves are dry and we're ready to put them together. You can also see here that I've used 2 different heart cutters to make 2 different size leaves. So we're going to put them together with this green florist tape. So I've got 6mm green florist tape here. And when you pull the florist tape, it activates the glue. Take your first leaf and you gently roll the florist tape around the wire, and because you've activated the glue, it sticks to itself. And you can see here there's a little bit of a gap. You can always push that up to the leaf if you want, or you can just leave it there like I have. So now you just get your next leaf, which you can shape if you like. To check for size of where it's going to go, I need to go down a little bit more. And then once you're happy with the position, you just gently add that to your wire and then roll the tape over, and that will join it to it as well. And that really is it. You just keep going down with your wire until you want to add your next leaf. So you can see that I've used my smaller leaves at the top and my 2 larger ones at the bottom. There isn't a huge amount of difference in the sizes, as Silver Dollar Eucalyptus haven't got a massive difference in their leaves, but I just want a little bit of variation to make it look more real. So now I'm at the end. I'm just going to trim that last bit of wire off with my wire cutters, wrap the tape around the end, and then just trim that with my scissors. And then what you can do now is you can shape your leaves to how you would like them. And this, I think, really brings it to life. Okay, so I just want to show you how I put these into a cake to make them food safe. I have here a flour pick. You see it's pointed at one end and there's a hole in the other, so the pointed end goes in the cake. So I roll a small sausage of flour paste, which I pop into the pick, and then I push the wire into that and leave it overnight so it sets. And then the next day you can just insert the whole of the pick into a cake and the leaves shouldn't move. And here you can see my finished eucalyptus leaves on the cake. And at the top I've also made willow eucalyptus leaves, which I will make in a different tutorial for you. Okay, I really hope that you found this tutorial useful. Please comment, like and subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.